How's it going, fellow cynics, and welcome to another Digital Cynics Friday news story. It looks like the makers of Superhot are going to be releasing a sequel to the acclaimed indie hit. It's set to release for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, but sadly, unlike the first game, no VR support. It won't be coming to VR.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Okay.
On Thursday, July 9th, the reveal trailer for the Superhot sequel was published. Titled Superhot Mind Control Delete, it will launch on July 16th of this year. And developer Superhot team announced that anybody who bought the original non-VR game will actually be receiving the sequel for free, as long as it wasn't obtained through a service like Games with Gold or Twitch Prime. For those of you unfamiliar, Superhot is an indie FPS, originally released in 2016, known for its addicting and insanely fun premise. Time moves when you move. The game became even more popular when it hit the VR scene with its port simply titled Superhot VR. And both the original game as well as the VR counterpart have been fairly successful. According to Rebecca Valentine from GameIndustry.biz, Superhot's VR version has officially sold over 2 million copies. All versions of the game collectively, including PC and console non-VR versions, reached the 2 million milestone last year, while the VR version was at 800,000 copies sold as of April 2019. This means that the VR versions of the game have sold around 1 million copies in the last year alone. As I said before, the game is slated to be published on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, but currently it seems there's no plans for a VR version of the sequel. There have also been no comments on a Switch version for Mind Control Delete either. However, if you are one of those people who did buy Superhot on the eShop, Team Superhot has stated that they will provide you with a DRM PC version of the sequel. Admittedly, for a lot of Switch owners, it might not be exactly what you're hoping for, but the game's not that taxing to run on most PCs, and I mean, it's a good gesture nonetheless. Now, as far as what we can come to expect of the sequel, the co-director of the game, Cezary Skorupka, had this to say on PlayStation.blog. Let's just say you have gameplay similar to the original game, but the levels are much less linear. You go through sequences of areas, and if you die, you start the section again. If you succeed, more challenges unlock. We also added more enemy types, weapons, new abilities, and power-ups. It's a fully featured game complete with a non-existent story that is waiting for you to explore and experience, rather than being rammed at you in high speed like in the original Superhot. So yeah, judging by what we're hearing so far, fans of the original game should be very pleased. I personally have both the original PC game as well as the PSVR version, and they're both excellent. I think I can safely assume that a more expanded upon and polished type of game like this will be just as enjoyable, if not more. But come on, bring it to VR, please. I'll buy it at full price. I don't need free DLC. Just, think about it, please. And with that story out of the way, it is time for this week's Digital Cynics
Comment of the week.
For those of you who are new around here, every Friday news video, we go back to last week's video, take a comment, and respond to it in this video here. Last week, Brennan did a video on Fallout getting its own Amazon Prime TV series. If you're interested in that video, you can check it out right up here. But yeah, the comment of the week comes from Light Deception, who says, I think Fallout was a pretty decent game, so I'm not against it, and I'm not completely for it either. And Light Deception, yeah, I can understand why you would be on the fence on something like this. As much as we dunk on Fallout 76 and how even Fallout 4 was a little lackluster for a lot of people, there's no denying that there's a lot of lore and a lot of interesting stories to be told in the Fallout universe. And I think it all just boils down to kind of like how every other adaptation works. If you stay true to the source material, things should be okay. There's a lot of cool potential lore they have to work with, and I think if they can really nail that aesthetic and the whole theme and kind of quirk and charm that Fallout has, it could really be a big success. But yeah, thank you Light Deception so much for that comment. Hearing everybody's thoughts and opinions on these topics is always exciting. And if you'd like your comment featured in next week's Comment of the Week, be sure to let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on the Superhot sequel. Have you played the original Superhot? Do you own it on VR? Are you disappointed that the sequel is not getting a VR port? If you purchased it on the Switch, are you satisfied with getting a PC copy of the game? Any and all thoughts and opinions on the matter, I would love to hear in the comments down below. But that about does it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you so much for checking out the video and checking out the channel. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Every day we get closer to our big goal of 1,000 subs to get that YouTube partner status. We appreciate all the feedback, love, and support that we've gotten so far. If you're already subscribed to the channel, be sure to click that notification bell icon to stay up to date on everything we're doing. As always, we do videos every Monday and Friday, as well as live stream gameplay videos every Wednesday night on YouTube, usually around 9 p.m. Central Time. Feel free to hit us up at any of our social media outlets like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But that's seriously enough rambling out of me. Thank you again for watching. My name is Blake. This has been a Digital Cynic experience, and for all things tech, games, movies, and other nerdy things in between, be sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.